let's binge. Okay, so today we are going to watch. I'm going to react to a Miss Mojo video. It is Top 10 Scariest Moments from Fear Street Part 1, 1994. So on Friday, the day it came out, so Friday the 2nd, I watched Fear Street. It was awesome. I'm so excited for Part 2. Part 1 was so much fun. I think I'm going to like Part 2 better because it's like a camp theme and I love camp slashers. So super excited about this, or about Part 2. But so yeah, today we're going to watch the top 10 scariest moments from Part 1. I'm going to jump right in. Now.
Fear.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the
these
top
videos.
10 scariest moments from Fear Street Part
I'll say
1,
I agree, like when I watch them, I'll agree with like half of what they say, but the other half I'm like, dead on, so.
Did they get back together?
And they put out like millions of videos.
This doesn't work. I will murder you.
For this list, we're looking at the first entry in this Netflix trilogy and picking out the scenes that most made our skin crawl. If you haven't seen the film yet, beware
I
of
was
spoilers.
surprised by
What
this
did you think
movie,
of the
I
film?
will admit.
Scream about it
My
in the
dumbass
comments.
thought it was going to be like a tween
Number
movie.
10. Sam
And it was way
gets
scarier
marked.
than I thought it was going to be.
After a confrontational candlelight vigil between the teens from Shadyside and Sunnyvale, a car full of no-good Sunnyvale kids tails the bus from Shadyside and starts throwing bottles. Dina isn't
This is so
in her
dramatic.
right mind either, as a spilled cooler causes the car to
I love it,
swerve
though.
and crash.
Dina! What? Your nose!
There were some scary
Thankfully,
moments
no
in
one is
this
seriously hurt,
movie,
but a dazed
but I don't think
Sam
this was one of
stumbles
them.
out of the vehicle and finds something truly horrific. Though she doesn't know it yet, she's just found the gravesite of 17th century witch Sarah Fear, and gets flashes of some horrific imagery.
Sam! Are you okay?
She'd get an even longer look later on when the group returns to the gravesite.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't that scary to me.
Number
I
9,
don't think witches are
Gravesite
scary.
Attack.
Maybe
Speaking
that's
of
it.
which, upon realizing that this may all be the work of Sarah Fear, the group returns to the site of the crash to try to make sense of Sam's visions there. Naturally, they come across a gruesome sight when they dig up the bones of the witch herself.
Chains?
Oh, not just chains. Oh my gosh.
No.
Thinking they need to
I didn't
restore
find
the
this
grave to
scary
its original
either.
state a la Poltergeist,
The ground,
the group
it
tries
kinda
their
looked
best
like red
version
velvet
of
cake.
whatever that would look like.
Maybe I'm just hungry.
There. We're
Maybe it's
sorry.
the color. The color
Wondering if
reminds
it
me of red
worked,
velvet cake.
They get an answer pretty quickly in the form of a definitive no when the Camp Nightwing killer attacks.
That part when he ran out at them was more scary than her sifting through the ground for the bones. And this part's just not scary.
They
But him,
barely
the
get
bad
away
guy,
with their
that's
lives,
scary.
but they start to realize what the MO may be for these returned killers. Number 8, Bathroom Trap. Now certain that Fear's resurrected killers are targeting Sam, the group heads to Shadyside High to go all Scooby-Doo on these masked maniacs, using Sam as
Okay, so those bones were out there since 1666. We're meant to believe when that witch died. I'm guessing because 1666 is the first one. But no one else came across them. They don't seem that well hidden. They're just like under, I don't know, like 5 inches of red velvet cake ground. Like that, and it's just like so. I feel like the wind would have blown the red velvet cake away. You would see the bones. Like, okay. It is a fun teen book that this is based off of. Not everything is going to be super accurate or real. It is fun. It is a fun movie.
8, they each lead a trail of blood
But if I
into
want to
the
get
bathroom,
judgy, I'm going to get
hoping The
judgy.
killers will follow them.
They're all here.
I do agree how that is kind of scary. It's like They're not going after
The
them
others can
at
breathe a
all.
sigh of relief when the killers pay them no attention.
Like, the killers just walk by them and they just stand there. And that's just, I don't know, that's just eerie on their own when, I don't know. That's the spooky part.
But it's the killers who need to sweat when they get
Super
locked in with
awesome
the
when,
room set ablaze.
you know, the killers are going after you. But just to have them walk by you so close and then completely ignore you.
Not a bad plan, but they underestimated the power of witchcraft when the killers start to regenerate like being incinerated
this part was
was
gross.
nothing. Time for plan B?
I would be running. Get out of there. Oh gosh, an ad is coming up. Gotta skip this. If it ever loads. Skip.
Number 7. Classroom attack. Plan B. Now that their plan failed and another attack is imminent, group morale quickly falters. Out of ideas, Sam takes the selfless route and decides to give herself up to save her friends. The Nightwing killer looks to finish her, but she's saved at the last second when Josh realizes it's been done before.
I mean, at least they went out and
While
got her
Sam
when they
and
realized
Dina try to
that
figure
if
out how a
she got
C.
killed by it, it
Berman
wouldn't have
survived
helped.
the same ordeal in 1978, the Nightwing killer goes all Jack Torrance on the classroom door.
Peter Johnson, look, I think you saw the witch.
Why was he leaning up against the door at all? He should have just
Realizing
been
Berman
standing in front of those
indeed died,
desks,
but was brought
pushing it
back
towards
to
the door.
life.
He did not need to lean against the door. He
then
could
sets
have
off
axed
to
him
get
back.
Sam killed in the most economical way possible. Or, as Simon puts it,
Let's Timothy this bitch.
Number 6. Skull Mask Break-In.
Oh, hey, Peter. See, you got the full costume now.
This is a smaller moment, but one that gave us the heebie-jeebies all the same. The night after Sam's first encounter
it
with
is
fear,
creepy, someone
Dina
attacking
spots
you in
Skull
your own
Mask
house.
lurking around her neighborhood.
Sunnyvale prick.
Thinking it to be
I
Peter
feel
again
like
trying
if
to mess
anyone
with
was
her,
outside,
Dina
even if it was
shrugs
someone
off.
I knew,
Nearby,
if I saw them
Kate
outside
is
with a knife,
babysitting
I
with Simon
probably
over,
would call the cops.
and they get an even
I don't think I'd
greater
be going
scare.
outside to
They
see.
investigate a strange noise in the living room, only to find Skull Mask rifling through their things.
Hey, Creeper, what the
In this, it's like, there's kids in the house. Call the cops.
It's just that Sunnyvale asshole.
And now he's gone. Creeping away. They don't know where he is. Now he has the upper hand.
Thankfully
Oh,
for them,
cops.
he was only after traces of Sam's blood. But the shot of the masked intruder looking their way is one of the most terrifying images in the whole film. Number 5. Singing Girl. While Dina and Sam try to convince the police
Oh my
that
God,
dead killers are coming
yes,
back to
the
life,
razor.
good luck. Simon splits away from the group, bad idea, looking to relieve himself. His next bad decision comes when he decides to approach a girl sitting on the sidewalk singing an ultra creepy tune.
And you hear the fly, because flies are a sign of the witch.
Are you okay? Do you need help? What the?
Turns
Oh,
out
the
she's
razor!
Ruby Lane, one of the returned killers, and she is none too happy to see him.
This is a little town. There's just no
Pouncing
cars out
on
at
him
all.
in the street, Ruby nearly ends Simon, but thankfully, Dina picked up a little souvenir from the police station.
Simon, come on!
Yeah. Oh man, her fingerprints are on that gun.
Bullets
I know
allow
that
Simon
doesn't
to
come
escape,
anything
but
later,
seeing
but-
Ruby get back up makes them realize these killers are going to make for a tough match. Number 4. Sam loses it. In the last scene of the film, Dina and Sam
And the
have
fly,
rekindled
you hear
their
the
romance,
flies. Oh my God, I'm remembering
believing the
things.
horror to be over. We, of course, know better, and C. Berman gives Dina a call back to promptly burst her bubble.
Oh, it's over.
Over?
Yeah. But thanks for your prompt reply.
It's not over. It's never over.
We then see Sam's name inscribed next to the other killers on Fear's tablet. And the next thing Dina knows, Sam has stabbed her.
Sam.
And you hear the flies. See the flies. Oh, that noise
This
is
leads
gross.
to a struggle in the kitchen, as it's now become clear that Sam has been possessed. A stray hand on Josh's shoulder downstairs gives us a start, but
I think her
apparently
showing
Dina
up in the kitchen
was
with the
able to
dead flies and
restrain
looking
Sam
all
with
gross
the
and
corded
just like
telephone.
sliding the knife out of her,
Good
like as if
old
the girl did not notice it
1994
going into
technology
her.
to the rescue.
Ugh.
Sam's not feeling like herself.
Number 3, opening scene. Ever since the
I
first
love-
Halloween,
opening scene
a
was my
good slasher
favorite. It
film
was
has
so
always needed
Drew
to start
Barrymore
with an opening
scream.
scene kill, and Fear Street Part 1 does just that. We're introduced to Maya Hawke's Robin, we mean Heather, as she closes up the bookstore at the mall. That's when we meet Skull Mask.
Oh man. She survived for such
Thank
a good amount of
goodness for
time.
R.L. Stine-esque literature, as a well-placed horror novel allows Heather to escape. It's not long, however, before Skull Mask tracks her to another store. She manages to make it to the food court, but an homage to the opening of Scream shows Skull Mask
Yes.
taking her down for good.
It was my favorite kill. This is my favorite kill. I love this.
Heather unmasks him as her friend Ryan, but he's promptly
I'm so
taken out
excited
by
for the new
police,
Scream movie coming
with
out.
Heather dying soon after.
Oh, another ad! Come on, YouTube. Load so I can skip this. Skip ad.
Number 2, Hospital Attack.
Listen, we need your assistance.
I'm sure that you do, but
This
it happens
creeper
to
drug
be a new
doctor.
security protocol. We kept coming up short on blueberries and bananas, so now I need a special key to the.
I need to see a patient.
Thinking Peter's the one behind the skull mask, the group goes to the hospital to tell Sam to have him back off. Turns out they're wrong, as Peter soon arrives and is promptly slashed by Skull Mask himself.
It's kind of weird that he slashed him
A
because
chase
he had no
ensues,
reason
and
to.
Dina and Sam
He wasn't
realize
really
Skull Mask
in the
will
way.
take
He
out
could just went around
anyone
him
who gets
because
in
it
his
seems
way.
like he
goes
walked
after
by everyone
Sam,
else.
but Dina's able to fend him off and unmask him, realizing he's still Ryan Torres, despite the fact that he's supposed to be dead.
All employee Ryan Torres has been identified as the killer in the mall massacre.
The gang gets away in an ambulance, but it's now become clear that whatever's after them is not your average flesh and blood killer.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and
Go
ring the bell
subscribe
to
to
get
their
notified
channel.
about our latest
They have
videos.
so many fun videos.
You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Pharmacy Carnage. Fear Street had proven itself to be quite bloody. But boy, did it save its best for the climax. Realizing Sam's temporary death may end the curse, the group concocts a plan that involves pills, EpiPens, and a trio of diversions.
You know-
While Dina tries to get Sam to overdose, the others entertain the killers. But this time, it doesn't go well.
The scariest moment about this whole movie, this whole goddamn series, is when she forced her girlfriend or her ex-girlfriend, whatever they are to each other, to take all those pills with no liquid. She is just dry eating these pills. What? Man, I'd be like, they're in a store. They are in a store, a grocery store. They have at least like 100 different types of liquids, of drinks they could have given this girl to get these pills down. They're like, no, you're just doing it dry. That is the scariest part.
Kate is brutally butchered when Skull Mask pushes her head through a bread slicer, and Simon gets
slicer,
an axe
that's
to the
what that
head soon
was.
after,
That
courtesy
makes
of the
sense
Nightwing
now.
killer.
I don't think a bread slicer could slide through bone.
The pills having failed, Dina is able to drown Sam in a lobster tank, sending the killers packing. Dina is then able to revive Sam, but as they would later learn, the horror is never over.
Do you agree with our
Do I agree with their picks? Subscribe to Miss Mojo. They did great. They have like 1 billion subscribers. Um, do I agree with their findings? No. For some of them I do, yeah. But woo. For a lot, like, okay, I think the Drew Barrymore Maya Hawke, that kill, I think that was hands down the best kill of the whole entire movie. Which makes sense because that's one of my favorite kills in Scream that I have ever seen in a horror movie. I just love it. I don't know. And this great, it was a great tribute to it. Loved that. But yeah, for me that was the best kill. But this wasn't for best kills. Duh, this was for scariest moments. Yeah, they're pretty right, I guess, for scariest moments. I don't know. I just that was scary. The whole mall kill, the whole Maya Hawke thing. That one's just gonna be my number one. That was my favorite scene in the movie. I loved it. Yeah, I think this movie was great. I'm super excited for part 2. I love Sleepaway Camp. I liked Friday the 13th. Like, I really liked Sleepaway Camp. That movie just creeped me out so much. But I love camp slashers. I'm so excited to see a new one, especially one that's like that has R.L. Stine's name on it, just because you grew up with Goosebumps, and it's just perfect. Like, it's a perfect scare. So I'm excited for part 2. That comes out next Friday, the 9th. Are you gonna check it out? Did you agree with the list? Let me know below in the comments. Bye. Say bye, B. Yeah.